Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Hollywood Animal. The studio is Stubborn Mule Studios. We are about to have our movie that addresses the police chief's request for heroes in uniform. It's 3 days out, and we will see that one released here in just a moment. We're waiting for Rick to get back off of vacation so that we can assign him a big deal on a movie about Ryan Doyle's journey to the Americas, effectively. And we're releasing that one. Let's see what happens here. City of Shadows. Yeah, he never likes anything. Or he loves it and everybody else hates it. It just seems to be that's how it works. Okay. Well, yeah, we doubled the budget with advertising on this one. Up to 613,000. We should be able to recoup that. Although I said that last time, didn't I, folks? And paid the price. All right, the police chief, Peter Lambert. The movie was a success. I saw a woman hug her son after the lights came up. I bet she's thinking he'd make a fine policeman. There you have it. We're going to end that. And what we will see is he is now a friend. And I think we've had friends already. Maybe not. No, this is our first friend. Okay, so we have these goodwill points built up with Peter that we can spend on different things. We're going to hit continue. Goodwill points are needed to ask friends for favors. If your GP drops below 0, the friendship will end. And we can also do favors for the friend to increase those GPs. Now, this one's really weird. He's the police chief, and he's got two things he wants us to do. Cinema raids. And if we do cinema raids, we get 30 GPs, and he'll do them for 6 months. And the idea is capturing illegal migrants. Well, that seems to be timely for today, doesn't it? Heck, you don't even have to be a migrant, it seems, but that's a whole nother story. Nonetheless, it looks like history repeats itself, as this was something going on in the 30s, at least according to the studio that makes this game. The idea is we will get 50 goodwill points. He will do stuff at our theaters. The problem is it impacts our revenue a little bit because people don't like it that the police show up and start arresting people, right? I think we're learning that as well today too. The other one that really seemed, but I at least understand this one. Okay, that one makes sense. We're saying to the cop, hey, yeah, you can come in when you want and do this. We'll let you do that. Drugs in the studio. He wants us. I know you Hollywood types like to use different mind-altering substances to help you create your masterpiece pieces nonstop. But what's life-giving nectar for you artists is poison to ordinary Americans. So I wanted to make you a proposal. Let's see what we confiscate from the public, and let's take what we confiscate from the public and sell it to your studio for a discount. Let's redirect those dangerous substances in a good and safe direction, okay? What do you think? Will you let my salesperson work in your studio for 6 months? So the cop wants to put a drug dealer in my studio for 6 months, and I get 40 points for doing that. That seems like an easy win. The problem is when you do that, you start getting people that are addicted and need to go on vacation more and things like that. I'll say, though, that's not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker. We can use these points. I'm going to hold off for now. We're going to keep these in our back pocket for both of them as things we can maybe do in the future. Then what I am going to do is I'm going to utilize one of his services, and that is protection from police raids. So currently we have prohibition, and we also have this cash fund, and that's suspicious. And we have these high-priced gifts, and that's a little suspicious. We know that we have somebody who procures those, but we don't exactly know how. We don't have any illegal stuff right now, but the police will come around once in a while and raid the place and take all our stuff. And we don't like that. But if we ask him for a favor, we did you a favor, can you do us a favor? He'll somehow forget to have his groups come to our studio for 6 months. So for 5 points, we're protected for 6 months. We can do that we can do it 10 times. So that's about 5 years of protection that we have already earned with Chief Lambert. We can also have him rate our competitors, which impacts their ability to get movies out, things like that. And we can also ask for protection. We'll use those as necessary in the future, but for now, we're going with what we have. And we have an upgrade completed, sets and props. This is very helpful. You know how we keep getting low scores due to props? Well, we're going to build a prop building, and that will help. It will help quite a bit. Now, what is next for us over here? That is a really good question. I think the next best play tends to be the scouting office. It takes a little over a year, but we will have the scouting office. We have high quality sets. It's also over a year. High quality costumes. These are all good choices, I think, but my sense is the best one to go with right now is going to be the scouting office. And it allows us to get better locations is what it comes down to. We can use better locations in our films. We are going to max this one out. I feel like it pays off. I cannot spend too much influence though. So we're only going to go with 12% total reduction in the amount of time this takes, but that's what we're going to do. Okay. And I'm looking forward to seeing what City of Shadows does. So for last year, we made $9,000. We're going to have to pay some taxes. I'm sorry, we made more than that. We made $82,000 at 11%. We're going to pay $9,000 in taxes. We don't have to pay it yet, though. It's January 1st. The announcement comes out. Then we have to pay it, I think, March 1st. Box office success. We didn't have any that were highest in receipts this time around. Kind of expected that. We're still relatively new, still getting our feet under us. None with critical acclaim for us. That's too bad. But I think we will have, we don't. I thought we would have a fan favorite. I was mistaken. So no bonus points for us. That's what that means. We're hit continue and no one received experience. Yeah, that's too bad. We're going to work on that. Maybe we get something next time. Journey to Tombstone, the movie with Wendy Carpenter, is about ready. And we want to get that out into the theaters. Oh, it dropped. And dropped 0.6. And that'll probably be about the same. Yep, 0.6, 0.6. It's always weird when that first number starts to rotate and you're like, oh my gosh, how far is it going to go? Oh, it only went down 0.2 because I was at 9.1 and now it's 8.9. Lewis Murphy leveled. That's good. That's good. We'll continue here. We'll select a poster for Journey to Tombstone. This is the one with Wendy. She's kind of minor in this though, right? She's not the star. All right, where do we want to place this one? Well, City of Shadows is more than likely going to have another 4-week run. Almost certainly. It's going to go at least 8 weeks. It could go longer than that. I'm willing to say it'll go for 8 weeks though. And let's put this one in here. Get it out the door, and we're going to maximize our studios. And you'll notice we have more studios available to us now because we bought some studios. Now, how do we want to play this for the other? It's a solid film for us right now. I think we could probably get up to 5,000 screens in the first week and be okay. I think we maybe want to drop that off to 600 screens. I don't know that we're going to have a lot of long-standing demand for this movie, but we want to capture. One of my tenets is capture as much money in the first week as you can because it does not come back around. That tends to be true. There probably are exceptions to that, but as a rule of thumb, that's what I work from. We're going to go ahead and add that. Should have plenty of time to get those printed. We do. Let's get some advertising going. So this is an action adventure historical piece. I think that's going to probably, and we won't know, but I think it's going to probably appeal mostly to men and maybe boys. So I think we'll go with Spark and with the papers and with billboards. So we're going to spend $144,000 on advertising. We'll see what happens. So I said boys. I did not include the one that kind of targets younger kids. The company has attempted to gather an older audience with a fashion and health magazine, but so far they have not been very successful. And their thing that works the best is a family of brave hamsters. So this feels like this targets the youngest of audiences the most, but I think we'll hold off on that. That would put us at 180,000. I don't know. I think we're going to hold off on that. We'll apply this and we will go with it, and we will know soon how that's going to do for us. Also, it's always great to get the mayor on your side. All right, we're going to speed things up here a bit. Now, I have 2 in this pipeline, none in pre-production. Again, waiting for Rick to get back. I think that's kind of my target date when he's off of vacation, which was going to be 3 months. Going to get him working on a script, and we will probably look at what's next for everyone at that point. Okay, Roger Lee wrote this one. Hopeless romantic, tribal chief. Tribal chief in a modern American city. I'm thinking Entangled or something like that. Or Enchanted. I think it was Enchanted, wasn't it? Damsel in distress. That can work. Unrequited love. Protagonist overcomes self-doubt. He was a hopeless romantic. This does not sound like it's a very good combination, does it? We're gonna can this one. Sorry, Roger. We're canning that one for you, pal. And then we're gonna... Rick is back from vacation, so we are immediately going to pause. We're going to put Rick on this one that we put together in the previous episode, but there wasn't anyone, especially Rick, available to write it. So there we go. And then we're going to go to ideas. Who do we have? We have Roger available. We have Roy available. We're going to put Roy on this one. It's a modern American town, hopeless romantic detective movie script. We're going to do that. And then I wanted to look at Roger. Roger is romance at this point. That's good. We're going to story workshop one for Roger. I don't think we did this title yet. This is one I thought of. Sounds like a movie from the 30s, doesn't it? Hopefully I don't have that name already. We're going to do a romance. Should we just do straight up romance? I think maybe that wouldn't be the worst idea. We could tie in some historical to it. It could be, like under Napoleon or something like that, I suppose. Although that's going to be really rough for a setting. So maybe we don't do that just yet. We're going to go just straight romance, and we're going to go with modern American city. Change it up just a little bit. Well, I mean, it has to be a hopeless romantic, right? Let's make it the star a female, and let's give her a rival that will also be a female, and we can throw in a love interest that will be male. And I do want to say this: you can make this female. What will happen is that really wasn't accepted in the 30s, right? They're not going to be okay with that. Audiences will let you know that, and so will the reviewers. Interestingly, I accidentally did that once. Not in this run through, obviously, but I did accidentally do that once, and it was the best movie I made in 5 years. I don't know what to say there. It won awards. It was after the award shows start, and it did incredibly well. I was really, really surprised by that. So you have the facts, and we'll just leave it at that. We have 3 more points we can use here. Well, I think love triangle makes sense in this romance with a rival and a love interest. We could toss in a side. I mean, we have 2 more to use. Love triangle, maybe a sidekick that is, maybe we'll throw in an angry boss. So let's throw in a sidekick that's a male. Don't really know how that fits together exactly, but it feels like it could have some legs. And then the finale is going to be, I think we go either with Sweethearts Stay Together, Chance for a Better Life. I don't think any of the rest make any sense. So we're going to go straight romance. It'll be Sweethearts Stay Together. And Roger, have a ball writing this. We'll talk to you in 80 days. Okay. And look at that. City of Shadows is making us money. That's good. I do like to kind of wait for the surprise and see what all 4 weeks look like instead of jumping in this every time it updates. Jessica Franz has to leave for a while, and that is a shame because I was actually looking at her for one of the roles in something we're going to do soon, but Let's, she obviously needs the time. We're going to give it to her. She loves us, so that's always a plus. Oh, we need to build the sets and props. I totally missed that. Well, hopefully it doesn't totally impact things. We're going to put it right here. I'm continuing to go with happiness is the most important. There we go. And then we do want to start one more movie. We could go budget. We could go try to do something really low end. This one we thought was borderline doable. It had another antagonist escapes justice with a bandit. Torn carpet. What was this one? It was daring adventure in a modern American city with an angry boss, a femme fatale, a serial killer, and the antagonist gets killed. Well, that can work. It's a comedy. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let's look over here. Modern American city with a working man, a criminal mastermind, and a shootout. That one sounds like that can work. Historical detective in a modern American city. Yes, we're doing that. Oh, is it modern American city or town? Definitely says city. Only 4 parts to it, though. Okay. So we don't have to go with the top of the line folks for this because it is a much lower movie. We're going to try to work this one, like I said, on a budget, so to speak. There we go. 97 days. Well, I do want to shorten that a little bit. Movie theater, there's no reason to film that on location. Station, I think the same there. Drop it to 91 days. I'm pretty good with that. Even city interiors could probably, yeah, let's cut off another week there. So we're gonna do that. The city streets will be real. On location. And continue. Well, we are definitely going with that. We're gonna go with the best here. Yeah. Now, real quick, let's see if it would have made a difference. So we have 82 days now after adding our technologies. If we get rid of that, it's 83 days. And if we do the one that is more practical, it drops it to 79 days. So that's what you're looking at with practicality, but quality suffers. That's a factor too. We're going to go with this one. Extras. Well, this is meant to be a little bit lower key movie. I think we're going to leave extras where it is. We will go with more crew. That just always seems to be the right move. And we're going to continue. Who can we get to produce this one? Let's use Albert. Director. Oh, we might as well squeeze one more piece of work out of Lewis. The Cowboy. Interesting. We could go with really high end. I'm thinking, let's use David. Let's use David. I don't plan on keeping him much longer. We could squeeze one more out of him, though. He's a misogynist alcoholic. He's very unhappy. That's the only thing. He is incredibly unhappy, and I was just planning on running him out. So the downside here is this will impact the quality of the film. Maybe we go ahead and go with somebody a little more happy to be here. Historical, and so I would probably just go ahead and grab Peter for it. I think we'll do that. We'll do Peter, and the mastermind will be Clark, although he was a criminal mastermind recently. We're going to do Russell. That'll work. Going old guard. Some of the folks that have been with us from the beginning, including Lewis. So that's what we're going to do. $300,000. Yep. And we're going to start that project. Okay, well, we are moving right along. Let's see how this one ends. City of Shadows. Like I said, I kind of like to wait for the surprise of how the 4-week run went. We can look at that at pretty much any time. So we maxed out the theaters. I could have rented more and it probably would have been beneficial. We've profited $800,000 so far. That is fantastic. You'll notice our numbers are a little low. So we need to be mindful of that. Still plenty of run in this movie, though. Plenty of run left. So we are going to set up distribution. We will get rid of the rented Studios, and we don't need to max these out. There's no reason not to, really. But I don't know. It feels wasteful to me. And I feel like maybe in the future they're planning on making it so you can rent these to other studios. There's a, what is it, a tech tree entry that is blocked right now that kind of suggests that. So I'm thinking we are just kind of, my way of learning games, I tend to plan for the future and things like that. I don't get too comfortable with the way I was doing it when there's an expectation of change like that. So we're going to go with this, and we're going to accept that. And we are going to extend advertising. We'll probably just go ahead and end it here, though. Oh, this is going to make a good amount of money here because we had paid for extra advertising up front. I forgot about that. Nonetheless, we will end it here at when Journey to Tombstone comes out. So we got 4 more weeks on this one, and we will see how that goes in the next episode. This is Stubborn Mule Studios, and the game is Hollywood Animal. I hope you're enjoying this run through. I certainly am. Hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for your time, and until then, fair travels.